Greetings of the day, everyone. I am privileged to welcome you all into the third edition of Orange City Literature Festival, organized by SGR Knowledge Foundation in association with GH Raisoni University, powered by Raisoni Group of Institution, a platform that celebrates wisdom, experiences, narratives, and notion from all walks of life. Having said that, it's thrilling to be here with you all today, and I am delighted to be your anchor for today's session. I am Khushi Agrawal, and the session is Meditation and Spirituality, a healthy way to lead in personal and corporate life, where we have Dr. Karthikaran in conversation with Mr. Sandeep Agrawal. With meditation, you become a sensitized superhero, completely in control with endless possibilities at your fingertips. Dr. Karthikeyan is a former General Bureau of Investigation, Director General Bureau of Investigation, Director General National Human Rights Commission India, Special Director General and Central Reserve Police Force. He has served as the Chief Bureau of the Investigation Team of the Central Bureau of Investigation to investigate the tragic assassination of Prime Minister Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. At the invitation of Interpol France, he made an audio-visual presentation of the investigation before an assembly of top police officers who combined Mr. Karthikeyan for the model investigation. It's an honor to have you with us, Dr. Karthikeyan, and this gets even more delightful as we have Mr. Sandeep Agrawal in conversation with him as the moderator. Dr. Sandeep Agrawal cleared his chartered accountancy in the 1984 year and has been engaged in business since then. He is a singer, a writer, and regularly contributes articles and poems to the Hitwad and other publications. He practices yoga regularly and is also a certified acupressure therapist, providing his service on an honorary basis to many patients at the PKAT Acupressure Center. He plays an active part in the I Clean Nagpur group, which conducts regular cleaning and beautification activities in our city and has completed more than 200 such spots. He is an alumnus of the Scindia School Gwalior and plays an active role in alumni body. Having served as its national secretary for 4 years, his other hobbies include reading, nature photography, and gardening. I once again welcome you both. Now, my dear audience, you are about to experience a conversation extremely dynamic between two individuals who are so interesting, so fun learning that I humbly invite Mr. Sandeep Agrawal to lead us ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Kushi, and a very good afternoon to this lovely audience, which no doubt consists of the elite of Nagpur's literate world. Nice to see a lot of youngsters here. And by youngsters, I don't necessarily mean the age, but young at heart. It's a real proud privilege to sit beside a person of the stature of Dr. K.R. Karthikeyan. खुशी ने इनका बहुत सुंदर इंट्रोडक्शन दिया है. Is celebrated author of Triumph of Truth, the Rajiv Gandhi assassination, the investigation published in 2004. All of us should definitely read it. A lot has gone into the investigation and a lot of it goes into the publication. It takes guts to write something like this and to beyond. So the topic for today's session is meditation and spirituality, a healthy way to lead in personal and corporate life. We look forward to listening to and gaining from the experiences of respected Dr. K.R. Karthikeyan in this regard. Please, sir.
City Council of Gujarat State Ambulance Service, called 108. You have 108 here? Yes. Well, I have to be associated from the birth of that institution. And it started now, Hyderabad. And in that connection, I used to meet him once in 3 months. I go as chairman, call the government people, private people, our own people, and find out how it's functioning and any deficiencies, how to improve the performance and all that. Then I meet the chief minister. It was just a month before his election, and they told me he's traveling. I said, doesn't matter because I know the time. I went for a day, but it so happened that he cut short his tour and coming back to Gandhinagar and proceeding further. Then he said he would like to meet us. So 5-10 minutes meeting with he said it's my favorite thing we do for the poor is to the poor. The only thing we do, 108 ring up, people go and pick them up. They are trained people, our people are all trained. They are going, they're in hospital actually. They are delivered babies in the moving vehicle also. So, but I want to talk to you. So I stayed on at his instance. It has been repeated a number of times. So even though he was there for 4 or 5 hours in Gandhinagar, after that we sent away everybody. I had a long time meeting with him at his instance actually. Okay, it's not relevant now. There's no time for that. So the point was, I asked him the question, sir, Chief Minister's job is a full-time job. And you are a man very particular about everything being done perfectly. Where will you find the time to be the Chief Minister of Gujarat and also campaign for the Prime Ministership? You are the candidate, opposition candidate. He said, Karthikeyanji, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I do 90 minutes of yoga, pranayama, meditation. Without that, I don't start the day. At the end of the day, I don't feel any fatigue. You come at 10 o'clock in the night, you will see me in my home office or here traveling. I've been doing it from younger days, so I just don't know. I'm just telling you. That's about how many years back now? Almost 10 years back. Even today, you see him, the man dynamic. You may have differences on the policies. I'm not concerned with that. How is he functioning as an individual? Not very young, traveling all the time, all over the world. And he has told me, and everyone knows, he really started in a humble way, selling tea. He's not ashamed of it. He proudly tells that. From where we have come up all that, I would attribute to his spirituality. He had no advantage of birth or education or wealth, nothing. So he told me, I don't know what fatigue is. And after several years back, he told me this, campaigning for the Prime Ministership. Today also he is running all the time. He goes to the 20,000 feet above sea level, meet the troops, come back same evening. He goes all over the world, comes back and goes and inspects. What I'm saying, only living example, spirituality is Mr. Narendra Bhai Modi. Amazing. Commitment, coordination and all that, and we'll not talk about that. So spirituality makes all the difference. Okay. Now, why spirituality? You know what Mahatma Gandhi called it as the 7 sins. Very famous. Politics without principles, you know what's happening. Wealth without work, all this black marketing, all these. Pleasure without conscience, just enjoy, forgetting the morality. Knowledge without character. Commerce without morality. Science without humanity. And worship without sacrifice. On each one of these topics, we can talk for a couple of hours. He called them as 7 sins for the downfall of the man, the family, the community, and the entire world. If you are really spiritual, you will not be committing any of these sins. So the simplest way is becoming spiritual, you will not commit any of these sins. As an individual, as a family, community, in politics also. So also in business, everywhere. Now, Nowadays, I do write what is called newsletters. It's almost like whatever appeals to me. When I go travel around a lot, I find something important, something worth appreciating, which should be conveyed to the larger number of people to motivate them. So 40th letter, 40 letters out. This is the 40th letter, is this? It's come out. Now, if you are, but they are all long, at least few of the newsletters have been formed into books. Either whoever is receiving it, make them 100 copies, 1,000 copies, because they think it's worthwhile spreading it now. I will only talk about the last 4 letters very briefly. One is food as medicine. Eat the right food, right quantity, right time, you will not fall sick. If you fall sick again, the right type of food, right quantity, you will recover. Food as medicine. That's a research project. It's not just what Karthikeyan says. I get experts from scientists and all that, masters like Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, eminent doctors, specialists, all combined together, I make it. Food as medicine. Next thing is meditation. Having realized the purpose of meditation, hearing from every day hundreds of people around the world, right from your 9-year-old Vicky from USA to 78-year-old people, I said meditation. I want to write meditation is medication. I asked for a message from Ravi Shankarji, Art of Living. He said, no, Karthikeyan, meditation is better than medication. So I had to change the topic of my letter, meditation is miraculous. Because I see miraculous things happening. These are not just stories, real life experiences I'm telling you. I wrote meditation is miraculous. Third, what is happening to the world, you know very well. Mother planet is crying for relief. Save me. I said, Mother Earth is the only home for us. Planet Earth is the only home. Let us save it. The time has come to save it. Can you believe this? It is not story. It's the reality, you know very well. We don't have time to talk about it. I wrote about that. Then that was well received in Washington, World Bank and all that. They made 10,000 copies and distributed it. Nothing new. But everything being said, nothing is hearing, so we have to say the same thing again and again. But they like the formulation. The last one, last February, you know very well what happened. I'm also the director, founding director of the EMRA 108, I mentioned to you, ambulance service. We run today 15,000 ambulances, just now running all over, covering 75% of the population. Myself and Abhi Hussain says 500 lives are saved every day because of the efficient operation. 150 children are born in the moving vehicles every day. It's happening because the efficient way is served and immediately go pick up, poor people, tribal people, people in the hills. They can't go to hospital waiting for the pain to happen. They have to cook food for the younger children and others. It's not paining them. Earlier, they have to ring up Actimate. Our people will go within 10 minutes, pick them up. On the way, the children are delivered very often. Each one of the subjects I can talk to you for hours, but we don't have, we have to come back to the topic also. So this is one. So they told me, sir, we have to wait February, March. In ambulances, people, millionaires, powerful people waiting for a bed to be. Beds are not available. And then the oxygen sometimes get exhausted, people die also. This was a situation at that time. I happened to be in Coimbatore. I saw people recovering miraculously, positive turning negative in 4 days of IV ozone treatment. IV ozone and IV vitamin C, which hydrogen peroxide treatment, 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day, it costs nothing. So I wrote to the Prime, then Siddha medicine, recovering. I've seen it. Then I wrote to the PM. Said, people are dying like this. Let us encourage these systems, alternate systems also. But as it is, Our allopathic system hospitals are now taxable to 50% at least. They cannot dream of entering the hospital. It's so expensive. So if you want to make all medical basic thing accessible, affordable, please encourage all these traditional systems. India will regain its glory. I wrote to them at that time also. Then I wrote, it's called integrated medicine, which has gone round, it is very popular now. Even allopathic doctors also, they also say yes. Again, it has been in the WHO and all that. They have restricted even American hospitals. It's a humble effort. My concern, I never expected so much of research. In the Prime Minister's office, I asked Niti Aayog to study the whole thing. And each one of them, like Siddha, Ayurveda, IV ozone treatment. They have to be acceptable, recognized, and encouraged by the government. Then, it's available to everybody. Nobody will die like flies, like happened earlier. So that is the purpose of that is my book. There, some copies I brought. Now, those who are interested in getting this, you can send me a mail. I'll give you my name, Dr. Karthikeyan, DrKarthikeyan @gmail.com. I repeat, DrKarthikeyan If you send it within 2 hours, at least by tomorrow you'll start getting them. There are too many pages. I write to them. Read it when you have the time. If you don't like, please tell us. If you like it, pass it on to others. The idea is these messages should reach as many as possible. People's lives have been transformed. People have been saved. Why do I do it? That is the purpose of life. Purpose of life is, yes, you are born, you do whatever you have to do in your life. Take care of yourself. First is health of your family. Then ultimately you have to do something beyond you don't know. That is the purpose of life. Not to exist and going away. So that is on. Now let us skip to Mahatma Gandhi said, all right. Now, this is a vast subject again. It can go on for 2-3 days without getting tired. But what I'm going to sum up, what is the summing up? What is the personal life benefit? You have talked about the health benefit of the personal, corporates, Okay, I will just tell you personal benefits. Just summing it up. Bullet points. That makes you feel alive, expanded. Spirituality, he's going to ask questions, we'll explain it later on if there is time for it. Spirituality, I mean, the essence of all religions. What is accepted? Universally accepted values. Universally accepted values of all times, in all traditions, I would sum it up as a spiritual value. You can be religious, there's nothing wrong about it. But I'm talking about spirituality. It makes you feel alive, expanded, provides meaning in our life. To improve physical, mental, emotional well-being. Emotional well-being is important. Today, you are seeing it, you're all much better informed than myself. Stress. After the pandemic, people are worried about stress-related diseases. According to Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudeva, 60% of the doctors in America are suffering from stress. Emotional stress. You take medication by all means, but that you become lifelong. This is a quick remedy is spirituality and meditation. Come to that later on. Okay, those who are deeply religious and spiritual are better able to cope with the stress. You don't see committing suicide and killing, taking the gun and killing people in the schools and as you see in Western countries and all that now. Meditation is one of the most accessible, effectual spiritual tool into practice. We are promoting something which is free. Anybody can just ring up, dial, join. 60 minutes. 90 minutes. Few days later, you get addicted to it. You give up all the other addictions. Easiest way of giving up addictions. Drug addiction is a big threat in our country. Like any other world, it's happening. meditation, yoga plus meditation, you will get rid of all these addictions, There are over 3,000 scientific studies because you will believe only what scientists say, Western press say, then only we'll adopt it, no? If Yoga America is practicing, we'll practice America. If Jaggi Vasudev and Art of Living or Brahma Kumari's Raj Yoga, Westerners practice, then we will follow it. Till then, we don't have faith. 3,000 scientific studies have been done. 76 benefits have been identified, established. At least 76 identifiable benefits of meditation there. So these studies are based on different types of meditation. You do any meditation, fine, as long as you do it. So meditation is like every day for physical health you take multivitamin. Meditation is like multivitamin for your brain. Good to take it every day. You spend 90 minutes, fine. At least 30 minutes you spend after some practice. You will cut down 1 hour of your sleep. You don't need that sleep. And your work turned out much better, more efficient and all that now. Meditation reduces stress, anxiety in general. Symptoms of panic disorder will go. It's being treated. There's a treatment today being in all over the world now. Meditation. Why people are flocking in lakhs and lakhs for our spiritual masters all over. It's the easy technique. You become your own doctor. You don't have to go. You learn the technique. By all means, go to Guru. But you don't have to Guru as your God. You don't blindly follow. And I'm telling you, this Vicky girl, she used to, or 9, she used to do it. Now she's 11. At the age of 9, she started 11. She writes to me from St. Louis. She, Uncle, I am teaching meditation to my class. Lunch break. One day my teacher came with tension. Okay, you talk about meditation. He said, sit down for 10 minutes. She got really pain. 11-year-old Vicky. I can give you her email ID and all that. I'm very proud to hear that now, And the MRI, says that the gray matter, please listen to me seriously, concentrate increases in areas of the brain involved in learning and memory, regulating emotions, sense of self, having perspective. A short-term performance improvement even in novice meditators. In 7 days, 10 days, people feel relief. Long-term meditators, multiple hours spent in meditation, significant increase in total, cuts down the sleep time also. Reduce alcohol and substance abuse. People have been able to give up alcohol abuse. People are crying. There are a lot of stories in my official life also how children from good families have suddenly become addicts. And then they're almost given up. They were about to kill the mother because addiction is so strong. All this can be cured. Our focus, attention, ability to work under stress, decision making and all that. Now, emotional well-being is very, very important. Lessens stress, fear, loneliness, depression, enhances self-esteem, self-acceptance, improves resilience against pain and adversity, increases optimism, relaxation and awareness, prevents emotional eating. You know emotional eating? Keep on eating. Keep on smoking. So it prevents all these things now. Develop positive social connections. Improves your mood and emotional intelligence, your mental strength and focus. Children have said, after that, there are people who are lower down in the class, they come to the top of the class. Focus, concentration and all that. Memory retention and recall. Better decision making, problem solving. Better information processing. Ignoring distractions, you are able to focus. Helps manage ADHD, you know that. Attention deficit hyperactive disorder. When body is concerned, there are so many things I can keep on talking. Improves the immune system and energy level. Breathing and heart rates. Reduces blood pressure, more longevity. coming about respiration, breathing involves also pranayama. You know what happens, on this COVID-19 cases? People suffer from lung. They are not able to, that is the bigger problem ultimately. Whereas in pranayama, in meditation, there is also deep breathing involved. Your respiratory system gets strengthened so they don't suffer. At least they don't die at last, I can tell you this. Now, how does it become relevant in the corporate world? You have seen what is happening, unconditional happiness and peace. If we enrich our inner spiritual lives, we have so done. Workplace spirituality or spirituality in the corporate world is a relatively new phenomenon that is gaining importance around the world. Corporations are now emphasizing on spiritual values among their employees to unlock their full potential. Meditation is proved to improve the focus of practitioners by teaching them to be present at the moment. If you are at the moment, you are efficient, whatever you do. We are not in the moment. That's why the problem is we live in the past, 90% are past, or the fear of the future. So the present is gone. The only reality is present, we move it. Meditation makes you live in the present. Workplace spirituality or spirituality at work is defined having compassion towards others. I told you about the Gandhiji's social evils. If you become spiritual, what happens? You develop the right values, compassion towards others, experiencing a mindful inner consciousness in the pursuit of meaningful work that enables transcendence. You become beyond the self. You care, accepting others also part of you. Universal consciousness. So where is the question of selfishness? Where is the scope for corruption, greed, jealousy? So it is about finding meaning, value, and motivation in one's work beyond paychecks and performance. Do you think Vendall and her team are working for that? Because of commitment. By paying, 500 rupees a day, 1,000 rupees a day, you won't get this commitment. So paycheck and promotion will not give you the commitment. If you become spiritual, you imbibe these values automatically, better human beings. We become better human beings. Our stress is gone. 90% of the illnesses, psychosomatic, very well. If the stress is not there, negative qualities of ego, jealousy, revenge and all not there, your body is healthy. Positive, vibration take place. You remain healthy. Even if accidentally some other virus attacks you, you have got enough resilience to fight against it and come back. And you become useful citizens. Ultimately, I normally talk on health. The first duty is to be healthy. Agreed, Rabal sir? First duty is to be healthy. Because if you are not healthy, you become a liability to our parents, society, even as children. We are all mostly born with good health. It is our lifestyle which makes us sick. Wrong thoughts, wrong food, wrong activities, wrong company. That's why you say satsang. Seek people of good nature, good values, then you'll be all right. Satsang that we always promote it now and all that. So more and more organizations realize the importance of workplace spirituality. Some of the numerous benefits are just summing up, bullet points again, in corporate life. Improved overall well-being of employees. If you are well, I become more efficient. I have worked in Rajiv assassination investigation 20 hours a day. 20 hours a day, literally the whole year. No holiday, full of tension. You can't imagine. The tension, I would not have survived so much of tension. I could have got prepared for everything. So well-being, overall well-being means you are able to put up straight. Employee productivity. Many organizations I don't want to mention names, they introduce meditation. First, they can, even in workplaces, even textile mills, 15 minutes of meditation before they enter workplace. Many organizations, they find the productivity is better. The employee's health is better. Their family, they are happy in the family. The productivity is more, the profit is more for the company. Health of the employee, health of the corporation, health of the society and all that. So reduce absenteeism. Because they are always healthy, why would they abstain themselves? They give up the addiction to alcohol and all that so they don't fall ill. Motivation, commitment. You don't think, she doesn't work because of, she thinks, it's my job, I must do it. Commitment, motivation, that comes out of spirituality that is promoted by meditation. Job satisfaction, quality of life, employee morale, workplace stress is less. Employee burnout is less. If they are healthy, why would they burn out? Employee turnover or improved work performance. So, set your motive company by avoiding any actions which hurt the environment as well. You become responsible not only for yourself, you become conscious of the environment. You know Earth is the only home we have to save it. So we will not be waiting for the Prime Minister and the kings and all these people doing it. I will start doing whatever I can do my own. If we wait for them to wake up and do it, we may not see the survival. It's a real threat, I'm telling you. I'm sure you people are following what's happening. See the glaciers melting. Seawater is rising. Even if I stop all that nonsense now today, I can't reverse the process. Some coastal cities will go down. Island nations will go down. You can't stop it. But if we don't start it today, each one of us. When I wrote to them, I said that 100 years later, my grandchildren will curse me as a generation which was so selfish. They didn't allow us to have even clean water to drink, clean air to breathe. Do you think they'll be grateful to us because we're building mansions, factories, estates and all that? They will only curse us. The fundamentals. So, ladies and gentlemen, the threat, when I wrote, it was about almost a year back. Now I'm telling you, I don't know my time frame, by children also. 40, 50 years. The threat is real. So what I request to each one of us, must share it. Whatever little I can do, I will do it. They ask Mother Teresa, you are a frail old lady, walking the streets of Calcutta, picking up orphaned children, lepers treating. Oh, but it's such a huge problem. What is the meaning? She said, I don't know. I may not be able to do everything, but that doesn't mean I should do nothing. Whatever little I can do, I will continue to do. She inspired so many people doing it in their own way. So we should not give up telling what is your mind doing it. No, let us do it, each one of us. Now, I think, gentlemen, I have a lot to talk, but I won't do it now. And spirituality work integrates 3 different perspectives on one is human resource perspective, philosophical perspective, interpersonal perspective. Dimensions of spirituality are spiritual well-being, spiritual transcendence, spiritual development, spiritual wellness, spiritual distress, spiritual intelligence, spiritual self-consciousness, spiritual growth, and spiritual health. Now, I think I'm going to stop now here because he has many questions to ask. Then, we'll have opportunity to talk on any subject. This is too vast a subject. You want to touch the only emphasis is believe in spirituality. It is not superstition. The greatest scientist of the last century, he said, greatest scientist of the last century. I spent all my time exploring the outer space. However, I wish I had spent little time exploring my inner space. That regret he had. Now you're all youngsters, you have plenty of opportunity. Explore in inner space. Give some time, give some value. Try what I'm saying just for 15 days. If it doesn't work for you, give it up. You will not give it up. If you give it up, I will also give it up. I'm so confident of that. Any type of meditation is good enough, but I'm very close to Sadhguru Jagi Vasudev, to also Sri Ravi Shankar Ji, Dadis, Brahma Kumaris, all organizations. They also know very well now I'm promoting what is called Vipassana, Anapanasati, Lord Buddha's meditation. Question comes, I'll answer now. I don't want to intrude into his time. Simple meditation. Again, if you send a message to me, drkarthikeyan@gmail.com, I will give you the link. Just join straight. You don't have to pay anything. It's a free meditation because our job is to make the whole world a better place. When I leave, it should be a better place than when I came in. That is the ambition in my life. We'll do it. And you in turn will do it like that because Vicky of St. Louis, USA, that little girl teaching her class, and teacher, they all know very well she is interested. She wrote to me telling, Uncle, I have written, I said, God bless you. It's possible. Possible, at any age. You shouldn't have, many other who join, they are running courses because they get satisfaction. What immense satisfaction you can transform the life of one person. That's a life ambition fulfilled. If I'm able to motivate any one of you to try meditation itself, my trouble coming all the way, in spite of all the advice, don't travel, I come fulfilled. Thank you. Yes. Yes, sir.
Please keep it. How much time do we have, Kushi? We've got time? Okay.
So this is my last interview. Right. One such visit, I went to Jamshedpur. No Jamshedpur. For a talk. I went there. They wanted me for a week, but I couldn't stay because I had prayer commitments. What I saw was amazing. 2 days I spent body tune. I said, what all the institutions have taught us. I was amazed. 150 years back. It was a wildness, lot of wild animals, dacoits and all that, professional dacoits. This J.N. Tata went there. That's another story. I will not go into why he did it. They did whatever he did. And not only that, at the end of the day, he wrote a will, Tata Trust. He said, 75% of the profit will go to the trust for charity. What a heart. The company was in great distress. So his wife had a diamond. I believe value has to go into diamond. He had to sell it to save the company. Now today, Tata's all over. One of the most, not only the most successful, prestigious for their values. So I came back, I wrote a newsletter on the subject. I think man of something is given here also. Icon or something. Giant Tata. I didn't know. Within 15 days later, I get a letter from Mr. Ratan Tata. I don't know how it reached him. He said, Dear Sri Karthikeyan, thank you very much for bringing to the nation's notice what Jamshed Tata did. People have forgotten it. Like that, what touches my heart, only I write about it. Because I feel it's my duty to share it. Everybody cannot go everywhere. Motivate people with how much of hard work and all that. Yes, sir. Don't ask me. Don't give the mic.
So we've listened to had some fascinating insight into our inner space and how we should proceed on that journey. It's been lovely hearing you, sir. I'll ask this on behalf of the youngsters here. Much of that, all that you've achieved and what you spoke about Prime Minister Modi and so many great people, including Ratan Tata and J.R.D. Tata, and much of this has been achieved through teamwork. So how do you say meditation and spirituality leads to developing a team that could take you further, and reduction of your personal egos and your personal competencies, and
Teamwork.
looking forward to a larger goal? What is your take on that, sir?
No, meditation makes you humble. Humility. Humility is one of the virtues, you know. You know, the foundation of all negative qualities is ego. With ego, with that, all negative qualities come. Ego makes you arrogant, intolerant, selfish, greed, anger. You become violent. Because for me, I will do anything. Meditation makes you simple. Makes you simple. You are one among thee. You are just one. You are not the only one. You are one among, but then a part of the whole. You are one. For certain purposes, you have got your own body and things like that. But part of the whole, your universe. You will become a part of the universe. So you develop compassion, kindness, caring, sharing. All this naturally flows out of that.
Yes, sir.
So teamwork. You see, when I investigated Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, you know, all of you were not, many of you were not even born at that time, 91. No. Many people say we were at the school. Normally when I said, we used to read about it and all that. You know, when he was killed in an election meeting in Delhi, naturally it came to the CBI. Director CBI calls all the joint directors. It's all part of history, written. In my book also it is written there. Nobody wanted to take it up. He said, I want a volunteer. He said, no. That I came to know much later. So thereafter, they asked me, I was in Hyderabad. No, they said it may end up like Kennedy assassination. Unlike Mahatma Gandhi assassination, Indira Gandhi assassination, where people were caught red-handed. In this case, they say no clue. Neither RAW, which deals with external intelligence, IB deals with internal organizations. They say we also don't know how could it happen, you know. So that being the case, so they asked me, you know, we all feel you're the right person to do it. And they also said, like, I said, you should go for a more senior person who are already in the organization. No, we all feel you're the right man to do it. I said, call of duty to the nation. They themselves were difficult to accept it. But later on, my friends told me in the CBI, we all declined it because we can't, it's a blind case. If you don't detect, they will condemn you. If you detect, it will be deadly terrorist group will be after you and your family. They asked me to withdraw. I said, no, I will not. It's my duty. Call of duty. I'm only going by my conscience and law. Then the praise came. I said, no, in my team. This is my team which performed it. I only provided leadership. When you see a corporate thing and all that, you see, part of the things, you know how to carry your team with you. You respect each one of them. Each one of them are valuable. Maybe a small sub-inspector in a conference. Every day we had 3 meetings. I was the joint director at that time, Inspector. Really. Up to sub-inspector, we used to have a number of people. Sometimes the brightest idea came from the smallest man. I recognize it. It's always a teamwork. No individual. Individual can provide leadership, motivation, stand by them. Something goes wrong, you say you took responsibility. All those instances, they don't have time for that to explain to you.
Surely, sir. And you should have that strength also to accept responsibility
Yes.
if anything goes wrong.
Yes, at some point of time.
And is there something
Somebody
really,
wanted somebody to go.
is
I
there
said,
something
no,
really
I will
right
not
or
tell
wrong, sir?
anybody to go. I will go. Huh?
Is there something really right or wrong, sir? Or is it just a perception?
Which one?
Anything, whatever decision you take, it may be right for some and right or wrong for the other. So is there
If it is right for my conscience, I do it.
definitely,
I
sir.
don't care for the world.
Correct.
I don't care for the power. I was not here to please anybody. I have to please my own conscience.
So that strength also comes
See,
from
one thing, it happened number of times. I said, no compromise, even to judges. Birth to death, ladies and gentlemen, our parents are there, but they go before us. Naturally. Wife, others come later in life. Friends come, some friends stay, go also. But only thing with which you live from the birth to death is your conscience. That is your divine. Act by your conscience, you can stand against the whole world. Yes, you may suffer, doesn't matter. Worth it. See, there is a way to live, not some. You can't live somewhere. The conscience is your conscience
I
keeper.
think we are talking about the Vivek that is present in all of us, and
No, you ultimately go by your conscience. Yes,
that meditation and
that makes you give enormous energy.
definitely gives you the strength to.
Yes.
I think now we are running short of time, sir.
I don't
And,
know. I'm not short of time.
So, any questions?
Any question from the audience?
Yes. This is Sanjay Arora,
I know.
celebrated yoga guru.
Yes. I know him.
So, what is it actually, sir? What is meditation? Is it the seventh ang of the Ashtanga Yoga? Or
You want to go through?
just a 1 minute?
1 minute, 5 minutes. All right, 1 minute also. Okay. The simplest. We started late, madam. We started 20 minutes late. Okay. Okay, the simplest form of it. See, meditation is something, meditation is miraculous, as I told you. And when you perform, believe me, okay, why we got into this fascination for meditation? When I was investigating Rajiv Gandhi assassination, I told you, at a particular point of time, nobody was with me. The deadliest terrorist group in the world targeting me. I'm not targeting them, I am targeting the killers of Rajiv Gandhi. It so happened they were found to be guilty. I was told, yeah, we know that they did make a survey of my office building with a micro light aircraft, planned to bomb the building out, all this nonsense never bothered me. Never bothered me because I believe in destiny. That's very helpful to me. Because I believe in destiny, I never had any fear. Mr. Alexander, Dr. Alexander, Governor of Maharashtra, we had a chance meeting in PM Prime Minister's office in Delhi. I knew him for a long time of doing this. He told me, Mr. Karthikeyan, you must be the most harassed man in the whole country today. But obviously, you look relaxed. Are you pretending? He asked me, are you pretending? I said, no. They are deadly terrorists. They've killed their own president, prime defense minister. Any number of police officers who try to charge them, you have charged them. I told him, sir, I am not bothered with that. I am not doing anything against my conscience. I am doing as per the law of the land. It's my duty to do it for my country. Who killed the prime minister? Why, how? I am doing my duty. But they are killers. They may be killers, but it's not concerning me. They know very well what I'm doing is truth. But I believe in destiny. Birth and death are preordained. That's my belief. Some people may believe, may not believe it. So if I am going to die, Where I die, how will I die, when will I die, it is already decided somewhere. Only thing is, I do not know. And why should I bother about it? It's going to happen one day. When it happens, it will happen. Can't prevent it. But why should I bother about it every day and die? Indira Gandhi was killed by our own gods. See, these are things about which. So I said, you got to embrace me. He said, I wish I could philosophy. This is the philosophy, believe in that. Yes, what is the question? Yeah, meditation, yes. So at that time, I was all alone beyond a point. See, dealing with the parliament, dealing with two commissions of inquiry, deadly terrorist group, and all that. But then I needed some industry. So somebody suggested, why don't you go to Vipassana meditation? I had time because my documents are filed in the 10,000 pages, the court of law. They have to translate them into Tamil because all the accused were Tamil. I had 2 gaps. So I went to meditation, Vipassana meditation, like what you hear from me, like that I hear from somebody. Hyderabad Center, I went. 10 days of meditation. You have to be there from 5 o'clock. They wake you up. The whole day sitting and watching your breath and observing the sensation in the body. Difficult to start with, but then you get used to it. 2 meals a day, simple meals, morning 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock, no talk. I went through that, and at the end of the day, because the media was searching for me. 10 days they could not get me, they came. I said, it's amazing. I said, I got a lot of inner strength to develop. I said, nothing. I can look at any of these people. Nothing. I could tell the judge, you are wrong. Judge, you're wrong. I'm not willing to do what you're asking me to do. It is against the law of the land and not good for the country. All that, you get the courage. So that's how meditation went on. Now, after the lockdown period, there is an organization called the Pyramid Spiritual Society, started in Bangalore. They follow this Anapanasati, Vipassana meditation. 2,550 years back, Bhagavan Buddha, after trying all methods, he got enlightenment by this process. We called it Vipassana. It went out of India. At that time, there's a long historic reasons are there, but it came back. According to Bhagavan Buddha himself predicted, it will come back to India after 2,500 years. It came over 80 years back. One Goenka, Satyanarayana Goenkaji, we call him Guruji. He was a diamond merchant in Burma. He had incurable disease, all that you all know. He has told me also. We have written. And then a lot of resistance, but still he went for that and got cured. And then that master working, this guru told him, this is land of Buddha, it has to go back, you take it back to him. So he gave up all his wealth, everything, came back, but nobody was interested. He said, I had door to door, he had to go and wake up people, pursue them. And 3 months into, he brought into Kerala. That's about 80 years back. In a very small way, but centers were established. But now, it's about 40 years back, there is one Patriji, Subhash Patriji from Kurnool. He told me, we become good friends now. He also went for meditation like this. He said, how could he sit through 10 days? You can't talk to anybody also. Only one day I came out. But what I found one day, there is Anapanasati is the first process called. I found that was enough. So I practiced this, mastered it. I started going spreading it to everybody. Door to door again. Today it became a big movement. He has also about 20,000 pyramids have been built by him. Through him. Meditation under the pyramid is supposed to be 3 times more powerful. This is Anapanasati. So I found that to be simplest form. So after that, I learned my name. Once my goes in my name, is about 2,000, 3,000 people join morning 40-day session. Sometime now started in the evening also. And corporates also come in a big way. IBM. 10,000 people with IBM have done it. There is one Lawrence, a senior functionary of IBM. She came to know by accident 3 years back. She told me, Mr. Karthikeyan, my life is transformed. So my dedication is, every day I must teach meditation at least one person. She travels around the world in American, French American. She is doing it now. So this one, we are promoting it. I promote all medical